Arjumand Banu Begum, popularly known as Mumtaz Mahal, April 1593, 17th June 1631, meaning beloved ornament of the palace, was an empress of India during the Mughal dynasty. Her father was the brother of Empress Nur Jahan, who subsequently became the wife of the Emperor Jahangir. She was religiously a Shia Muslim. Betrothed to Prince Khurram in 1607 AD at the age of 14 years, she was married 5 years later on 10th of May 1612, a date selected by the court astrologers as most conducive to ensuring a happy marriage to Prince Khurram, who later ascended the peacock throne of India as the 5th Mughal emperor and popularly known as Shah Jahan. She was his third wife and became his favorite. After their wedding celebrations, Khurram, finding her in appearance and character elect among all the women of the time, gave her the title Mumtaz Mahal Begum, chosen one of the palace. The intervening years had seen Khurram take 2 other wives. Mumtaz Mahal had a very deep and loving marriage with Shah Jahan. Even during her lifetime, poets would extol her beauty, gracefulness, and compassion. Mumtaz Mahal was Shah Jahan's trusted companion, traveling with him all over the Mughal Empire. His trust in her was so great that he even gave her his imperial seal, the Mur-Uzza. Mumtaz was portrayed as the perfect wife with no aspirations to political power. She also enjoyed watching elephant and combat fights performed for the court. It was quite common for women of noble birth to commission architecture in the Mughal Empire. Mumtaz devoted some time to a riverside garden in Agra, and it may have been her affection for this garden that prompted the eventual form of her monument. Despite her frequent pregnancies, Mumtaz traveled with Shah Jahan's entourage throughout his earlier military campaigns. She was his constant companion and trusted confidant, and their relationship was intense. She died in Burhanpur, 1631 AD, in the Deccan, now in Madhya Pradesh, during the birth of their 13th child, a daughter named Gauhara Begum. She had been accompanying her husband whilst he was fighting a campaign in the Deccan Plateau. Her body was temporarily buried at Burhanpur in a walled pleasure garden known as Zainabad, originally constructed by Shah Jahan's uncle Danial on the bank of the Tapti River. Her original grave still lies here. Burhanpur was never intended by her husband as his wife's final resting spot. As a result, her body was disinterred in December 1631 and transported in a golden casket, escorted by her son Shah Shuja and the head lady in waiting of the deceased. Empress back to Agra. There it was interred in a small building on the banks of the river Yamuna. Shah Jahan stayed behind in Burhanpur to conclude the military campaign that had originally brought him to the region. While there, he began planning the design and construction of a suitable mausoleum and funerary garden in Agra for his wife, a task that would take more than 22 years to complete. The Taj Mahal. Today, the Taj Mahal stands as the ultimate monument to love and homage to her beauty and life. The contemporary court chroniclers paid an unusual amount of attention to Mumtaz Mahal's death and Shah Jahan's grief at her demise. In the immediate aftermath of his bereavement, the emperor was reportedly inconsolable. Apparently, after her death, Shah Jahan went into secluded mourning for a year. When he appeared again, his hair had turned white, his back was bent, and his face worn. Since Mumtaz had died on Wednesday, all entertainments were banned on that day. Shah Jahan gave up listening to music, wearing jewelry or rich and colorful clothes, and using perfumes for 2 years. Shah Jahan's eldest daughter, the devoted Jahanara Begum, gradually brought him out of grief and took the place of Mumtaz at court. The Queen Mumtaz Mahal's personal fortune, valued at 10,000 rupees, was divided by Shah Jahan between Jahanara Begum, who received half, and the rest of her surviving children. Immediately after the burial in Burhanpur, Shah Jahan and the imperial court devoted themselves to the planning and design of the mausoleum and funerary garden in Agra, now known as the Taj Mahal, or fondly, the Taj.